Hello everyone. Um, it's weird streaming again, but I figured since it's been a literal month since I've streamed, maybe, just maybe, I should stream again. So, welcome everyone. I don't know if my mic is working. I did a test little recording, but I'm not sure. So, I'm just gonna ramble for a bit, and if anyone happens to catch anything, aka this mic not working right, then I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting. But what I started was crocheting granny squares. I have 3 whole big skeins of this. I was gonna do something completely different with it, but then I'm like, you know what, my original idea was to make it all into granny squares, so that's what I'm doing, these solid granny squares. And I've been weaving in the ends. Granted, on the back it kind of looks a little rough, but yeah. Needless to say, I've been weaving in the ends as I go, because I definitely don't want to deal with it at the end of the project when I've had everything put together. So, there's that. And every single time now that I start a new project, I like time myself to see how long it takes to like make one granny square, and one of these takes like 24 minutes, which is not bad, but it's not fantastic either. Which means, aka, I'm sorry, I'm not the fastest crocheter. And also, I've been getting to a point where I just need to get rid of all of the stuff that I had previously crocheted when I started a different project, which uses, I don't even know if, was it called a Wii Stitch? You know, it's on YouTube somewhere in my history. Maybe, hopefully. Boy. History. Nope, it was not this. Okay, maybe something else. I'll figure it out later, and I'll probably post it on my Instagram story to be like, ah, yes, this was the one. I apologize. I also have been getting into diamond art. I don't know if anyone would actually be interested in seeing me do diamond art, but it's just a thought. Also, when I frogged my previous project to start doing this, I forgot that it makes, because the yarn was the way that it was for so long, when I frogged I forgot that it does this. It makes it all wavy instead of like this natural. So I'll be able to tell when I'm done with all the stuff I've previously just torn apart. Mm. I'm also finding out that I become dehydrated really quickly, and I don't know what that means. Oh, life update. So, I don't know if it was last time or this time. Well, not this time, but like the very last time I streamed or before that, where I said I was going to be getting a tattoo. Or that I had to reschedule my tattoo appointment. Needless to say, I did get my tattoo. And I'll show it once I'm done with this granny square that I started earlier. I'm sorry. I like to take the time to untangle all the knots, but also, I believe I looked up a tutorial on how to make these granny squares and also the other granny squares that I do use, which are not like this, they're more solid. But I don't know where that tutorial is, and I couldn't tell you what tutorial I used because it was so long ago that happened. And then the way that I weave in ends. Actually, what I might do is I might pull out a smaller hook so then I can actually get it through. I did find my like sewing in yarn needles, but I'm now just so used to weaving in my ends this way that it just makes sense for me to keep using this way. Oh, oh no, what did I do? Okay, I was pulling part of the stitch. That's not great. There we go. But how I weave in my ends is I go underneath in the back, or what side I want the back to be, and I just want. Oh, stop pulling on the stitch. There we go. And sometimes what I do is I just tighten it because with the way that I'm weaving it in, it's not creating knots or shouldn't be creating knots, and if it does, then I try my hardest to fix it as I go. No, I didn't.
I feel like I really didn't know what a
Oh,
regular was until I started working at Starbucks.
that's good for you,
It is a
Starbucks.
job, but we're getting
I
to know these people like in an actual personal level. Hi, my name is
There's a
Andy, and I'm a 2-year
Starbucks in
partner
my
here at
area. I
Starbucks.
just never go to it.
And we interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry aisle. Carol, can you hear us?
Steve, I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild.
Getting wild?
That's right, Steve. There's dancing, binge watching, and is that a slip and slide? They're really putting the wild in
Also,
Pepsi
weaving
Wild
my
Cherry, and
ends
this on
this
the second
way,
order can't wait to pop the extra.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go
makes,
ahead. Get wild.
well, at least gives my hand a
This
break.
episode is brought to you by Tinder. Cuffing
Um,
season is in full effect, which makes Tinder the place to be right now. There's a new wave of folks coming back to the app, ready to
oh,
find love,
also,
fun, or just a new friend. And if you're worried about
something that I never ever mention
IRL,
is I keep the yarn scraps. I don't know why. I just do.
every week. Explore all of the possibilities for yourself. Tinder. It starts with
Maybe I just think that I can use it for something else. Which I probably could. As like a stuffing for some kind of plush that I could create. Which I never do. I never create any kind of plush of any kind. Because I'm just. It's not my area of expertise, we'll say. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to do one day. Also, the YouTube video that I wanted to create, there's just too many variables, and I have to, me myself, have to decide how I want to go about it. Did I just? There we go. Sometimes it stretches out this stitch, but it, to me, it flattens out. And then I kind of gradually make my way down to the bottom of the stitch. And then just pull all the yarn through. Oh, jeez. Okay. There we go. So it just kind of looks a little funky in the back. But no, as of right now, I don't know how big this is gonna be. It might be the size of a baby blanket. I don't know yet. Who knows? Because I don't. Did I do that? Okay. I'm trying not to stretch out these stitches. Or these loops. And it's proving to be a lot harder than I thought it was gonna actually be. Dang it. And then sometimes, if I want to, I will go behind multiple double crochets just to speed up the process. Process, yes. So, oh gosh. It scares me every single time. Okay. And granted, you could go until you get closer to the end of the yarn, but that's just so much that I don't want to deal with, honestly. There we go. One more, and that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 squares already made. Perfect. By the way, this is... You can't even see it. Maybe if I go like this. Okay, there we go. No. There we go. There we go. You can still barely see it. But 3 to 3 1/8 millimeter hook, I think. I'm doubting my math. But anyways. And here's how I make my granny square. You know what, since I have so much of this yarn, and I am pretty sure that not all of it's going to be made into granny squares, given that I have 3 of these giant ones, I could do a little granny square tutorial one of these days, because I know it's going to take me forever to get all of these made. And then you know what, I probably could zoom in with my camera a little bit more. There we go. There we go. So I feel like I have to do so much. But no, the project I was literally going to make with this, I personally just had to frog it because I knew it would take me forever to make. And I mean forever. Granted, I could check my own mic. I might do that a little bit. Hold on. I have to pause the music because then I won't be able to hear myself. I know, I'm that quiet. I'm working on it. We're slowly working on it. Channel. Okay. Maybe. Yay! Okay, my mic works great. We're doing great. Fantastic. And now I have to mute this. Oh my god, move it? No, mute. Otherwise, I will be hearing myself twice, and I don't want to. Honestly. And now the music is a little too loud for me. Yay! Okay. And now I move it off to the side, so then I can Crochet with ease. Okay. Sorry. I need to stop distracting myself or creating distractions for myself. You know where I did not say that I was going to be live? Twitter. I mean X. Jesus. Mm. Okay. Um. Okay. I really should stop scrolling, but you know, it's fine. Okay. There we go. I posted. We're having fun. My mic's working. Everything's going well so far. But seriously, I need to stop distracting myself because then that's how projects take over 10 hours. And it's a lot of fun. I keep forgetting that my music is turned up for me and not for you. So I'm just like, wow, the music is so loud right now. Maybe it's because I turned up the volume so I could see if I could hear myself or not. Jeez. I never showed off my tattoo. I just started a new granny square. Anyways, so drum roll please. I got a tattoo. Finally. Bam. It's kinda, well, Granted, I wanted a smaller tattoo, but it would have kind of ruined the piece, so I'm like, well, it is what I wanted. And so I got it. It did not hurt as bad as I thought it was going to. Like, I genuinely thought I was going to be in actual pain. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, could you just bring Tylenol just in case? You know, in case if it like hurts really bad right after I get it. No, I was fine. Granted, the adrenaline coursing through me because I was like, oh my god, I'm scared right now. And I'm nervous. And then when I was actually getting it, I'm like, I am so calm. It is so nice and calm in this place. Like, yeah. And I haven't had it even for a whole month yet. And I am planning on getting another one. Similar vein of kind of, but yeah. Granted, I could just say that this is going to be another blanket for my cousin, and then give her 2 blankets instead of just 1. Because I feel like I make granny squares a lot faster than that corner to corner blanket. Maybe because I make a lot of granny squares, but or I have made a lot of granny squares. Quite literally, one of my projects was going to be like all granny squares, but then I never ended up finishing it, and I haven't like frogged that project or anything because I still plan on making it. It's just something I plan on, and people are in the hallway. Buddy, I can hear you. I can hear you through my headphones. Good for you. I don't know exactly what they're saying, but I can hear them. So,
Right now, only in the app. Enjoy
whatever.
a breakfast sandwich for just $1, like a sausage McMuffin with egg. Offer valid one time per week from 2/5 to 2/25/24. Participating McDonald's.
I'm
Subject
just,
to rewards.
I'm having
We
fun.
interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry Aisle.
I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go ahead, get wild.
This episode is brought to you by Tinder. Cuffing season is in full effect, which makes Tinder the place to be right now. There's a new wave of folks coming back to the app, ready to find love, fun, or just a new friend. And if you're worried about never meeting up with your matches IRL, don't be. 1.5 million Tinder users go on dates in person every week. Explore all the possibilities
That's
for yourself.
great for Tinder.
Starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today.
Also, I'm pretty sure this relates with how much I stream, but whenever I put this playlist on, I'm like, oh, I should crochet. I have actively trained my brain to listen to this playlist and this playlist only to crochet, because otherwise I get a little too distracted. I don't know why. I used to be able to just watch YouTube videos and crochet at the same time. I mean, I guess if I'm very passionate about a project, I could do that. And if it's just the same motion over and over and over again, like a corner to corner, then maybe. But if it's something that I haven't done before, it's like, okay, I've got to, like, focus in on what I'm doing. So now, completely mess it up and laugh about it later. No, stop. There we go. Live untangling knots for everything happen. Oh my. Okay. Also, last week, granted, I probably could have like started up a stream or something this past weekend, but then I didn't because I got nervous. Y'all make me nervous for some reason. Okay, we're gonna do that so then it doesn't fully create weird shadows, or at least to me create weird shadows. And it's not shining directly in my face. I could have started up a stream, but then when I wanted to stream, that's when the streamer awards were happening this past Saturday. And congrats to all the winners. Honestly, proud of them all. But yeah. Also, the person that I normally close with, because yesterday I closed Tuesday nights at work, I have to close. So there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Granted, I could just ask for a different night, but that's just crazy talk, you know? But anyways, normally the person that I close with retired while I was sick last week. So there's no helping that. But there's a different person doing all the other closing stuff, so I don't have to, which I'm grateful for, because same as I told one of my coworkers who was a little upset about it. I was like, I'm not confident about doing that stuff because it deals with other people's money and finances, and I personally don't want to be at the end of the downfall of that, so I'm good. Genuinely, I'm good. I'd much rather just not have to go through that multiple times, like once every week kind of thing. Granted, there is technically a day where I could close, and probably that's what was supposed to happen. But, needless to say, I didn't actually finish my training with the person that retired. So, I know how to do everything. I'm just not confident about it, and I'm going to be. Oh boy, it's gonna be a doozy. So, and the person that they assigned with closing the office with me, it was their first time closing in the office by themselves. And I'm like, ooh, I'm just gonna check in every once in a while, see if they need help or not, or if they want me to do something instead and help them out. So they didn't need me to do that, and I'm like, heck yeah, I can finally work in my section. Because I have a section. I order stuff for that section. I never get to put it out. So I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow, and all of the wonderful hard work that I had done over the past couple of weeks is just, it's gonna be great. Because there's a couple of people that I work with that they don't rotate product. So sometimes I will find things that are outdated for like a couple of months when I get to my section, and only when, and maybe an if I get to my section. Because some months I just don't get the nicety of going into my section and being able to work it. Like, put product out, check dates, and for the past 2 weeks, all I've been doing is going through and checking dates of every little 4-foot section. And oh my god, it is a pain in the rear, but I'm happy with what I'm doing and how I'm getting it done. So, progress. And also, if I ever want to leave the job that I have now, then I gotta leave it better than how I found it, you know? Granted, what I could do is make the hexagon sweater, but I haven't. Mostly because I kept buying more and more yarn, and my brain's like, I gotta use that up. I really gotta use that up. But also, I really gotta make that sweater, so that might be something I just make off screen and just post about. I figured that might be easier on my brain instead of like, ooh, I gotta do this and this and this. And also, I love crocheting, so I want to get back into the habit of crocheting. And part of me is like, ooh, this might be the way that I do it. As I probably say over and over and over again. and talk everyone's ear off about it, there are still people in the hallway. Thank you. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. No one can probably hear them, but I can, and it bothers me for some reason. Boop. Oh. And have to do the painstaking chore of weaving this in. Oh, wait, did I collect all of the stitch? I feel like I didn't, but I did. Silly old me. Silly, silly, silly. Ooh. Beautiful. And then I might go under multiple. I love making this more difficult for myself. Okay. Got it. I did it. Okay. Here's this one. Beautiful. Oh no. Did I just screw myself over? I hope I didn't. That would be tragic for me. And this granny square. And then, of course, it bunches up like that because of the way that I've been doing that. Great. Fantastic. Beautiful. And now I'm slowly training my brain to use this light as help for me seeing. Ooh. I have another little story. So, currently the phone I'm using as my webcam is the last phone that my parents are paying for. And so I wanted to be a good daughter and just pay off the rest of it because I knew there's some payments that are still left on it. So I figured I might as well just pay the rest of it off. But then I went in there and they're like, I can't let you do that. You gotta have this passcode thing, and then you gotta know everything, like, just for verification that you're allowed to access their account. I get it. For legal reasons, for safety reasons, so then all of a sudden someone doesn't fully charge their account with another phone, someone else's account with another phone. And I'm like, well, dang it. I tried. At least let it be known that I tried. And so, the employee, God bless him, but he's like, I'm sorry. I'm still really sorry. And I'm like, don't worry about it, you know? And I was gonna make up a little bit of a lie, being like, oh yeah, because it's under my dad's name. I'm like, yeah, no, just don't worry about it. He's driving home. I just don't want him to have to worry about paying off the rest of my phone because it's my phone. I have a job and I can cover my own butt pretty much. But God bless him, he was so nice. And I feel bad because he just like kept profusely apologizing. I'm like, don't apologize. It ain't you. It's me. Okay. And this is why every single crocheter says they hate weaving in the end. Probably knitters too. Granted, they just don't have as. I guess it depends what you're knitting. Because there's some knitting videos that I watched when I was like, oh yeah, I think I can knit. I can make a scarf. That's about it. That's all I can knit. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I really just wish I could have painted it all. We are now at 9 squares. It's crazy. Well, I can arrange them in a nice tiny blanket because I made a 9 square granny blanket before. Granted, it was made with a bigger, thicker yarn, but it didn't do much. Granted, I was so small that I could use it as a little blanket for like my legs. But that's about it. But yeah, the plan is. For a second, I thought that one was one row short. I'm like, I've let myself do that. Anyways, with granny squares, there's this weird, usual little pucker bit here, but I might do like a border of single crochets around just to give it a more flat edge. Maybe. I don't know. Things I gotta work out in my head. Granted, I could just write it down. And then I would be set for like life here, but nope. We're not doing that. Nope. There we go. Okay. Every single time I'm going to do that because the way that I used to make granny squares is chaining 4 and then making that into a circle. Now I don't. I learned how to make a magic circle, and I just do it this way now because it feels like it uses a lot less yarn. Granted, it probably could use the same amount of yarn. But, oh well. Oh well. Granted, I could just search up a granny square calculator to see how big I would actually have to make the blanket, or just hold it up to the other blanket. I haven't given it to my cousin yet. If that wasn't obvious from earlier me mentioning, I'm just gonna show up there with 2 blankets. So, yeah. It's gonna definitely be a moment in time and place. I just keep doing it, and it's kind of, to me, it's funny. It shouldn't be funny, but to me, it is. Okay, what's happening? I'm actually genuinely almost all the way through all of the yarn that I used for the other thing. Granted, what I did have was just a long strip, and it was like a basket weave stitch. I'll look it up here. Well, baskets. There we go. Yeah, it's basket weave stitch. Images. Maybe I can just pull it up. Or I can just share it. Hold on. There we go. We're gonna see studio mode. There we go. So then you can. So then you don't have to see everything. Window. Yep. There we go. just not more. I'm not a big fan of the bumps. Blink it to look like, you know? Anyways, we're done with that right now. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete it. Yay. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're an hour in. Typically what I do at the top of every hour, granted I was a little distracted with all that. I put exclamation mark care in the chat and then I take a 5-minute break. Granted, I shouldn't consider it my 5-minute break, but we're gonna call that my 5-minute break of me showing you what I mean. That. Thank you. Can I just. Thank you. Okay. It's just. That feels like my break in and of itself. Maybe a few more minutes, but. Yeah. Granted, I don't know why, but my hands start getting like cold when I crochet. It's weird. I don't know. I don't like it, but is there? I should probably pay attention to when the music comes back, because otherwise I'll be listening to silence too. And I don't think my brain wants to handle that at the moment. And the music's back. Yay! Okay. I was like, wait, it says it's playing, but it's very quiet. Even for me. I'll turn it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. For a second I thought I hit loop, and I'm like, no, please. I don't want to fully loop this. No, thank you. But yeah, since I've missed so many days of streaming with so many hours that I wanted to stream, needless to say, I have a good few hours to catch up on. Because one of my goals for 2023, not a resolution, but one of my goals was to stream equivalent to basically an hour a day, or at least an hour a day. So that's 365 hours. And that's a lot of hours. But that means if I want to keep up with that, then that means I have to stream. Hold on, I'll pull up my calculator and do some math. Okay. Calculator. So. Oh no. Did everything break? I hope nothing broke. Did everything break? Okay. It's just my camera's a little behind sometimes. Okay. So. If I wanted to stream at least 1 hour every day, that's 365. Sweet. And in the month of January, how many days are in January? Hold on. How many days are in January? Literally, January just happened. Nope. Sure. Okay. There are 31 days in January, so that's 31 hours. I streamed not that many days in January, because I will pull up YouTube on a different tab. signed into that account. YouTube's scary, see? Alright, Ludwig. In the studio. Ooh, I have 3 subscribers. Nice. Now let's see. Okay, so that was the end of December. Because I did 2 days after. So I did 3. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of weird math, isn't there? When I think about it. I'm not thrilled about the math that my brain has to overcome, but here we are. Okay. Let's see here. Some of them are like close enough to 6 hours. I feel like I could just combine it and say, oh yeah, it's 6 hours. So 6 hours plus 4 hours plus 5 hours plus 1 hour plus 2 hours. Yeah. Plus 4 hours. Plus 3 hours. 25. You know what? That's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. So 31, and that's 25, and 6. So technically, if I wanted to catch up, I would need to stream 6 hours, technically today, if I wanted to. Personally, it's not on my agenda to stream that long. No offense. No offense to anyone else. It's just me. But yeah, it's super duper fun. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's Spotify's feature. Okay. But yeah. Well, I already got my hour in for today. Ooh, and then I gotta count all the days that I missed in February, don't I? I mean, I'd be caught up to January at least, just not February, and I'll always be like a couple hours behind. I'm okay with it. Ooh, also another kind of goal for the year is to not stress myself out so much. Now that didn't happen because I'm pretty sure the reason I got as sick as I did last week was because I stressed myself out so much. At least that's what I'm gonna blame it on. Or I got the flu and then all of a sudden got food poisoning and then the flu. I don't know. It was not a fun day or week or couple of days. So I consider it a win. Oh, also, the biggest accomplishment that I did get this weekend was being able to make mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is my favorite comfort food, and it's just a big accomplishment for me if I'm able to eat that when I'm sick. So, it was a lot of fun. But no, I might stream for a few more hours. Maybe. I don't know yet. I'm still debating. Or I might just stream until my girlfriend gets home. Either way. That sounds like a fun time to me. Because I genuinely miss streaming. Even though every single time I take a break like this, I'm like, "Ugh, how mad is everyone gonna be?" Since I decided to stop for a bit, take a pause. But no, I will change it on my stream schedule that I'm gonna be streaming every Sunday. I just don't know what time yet that I think would be best, but it might be at night, like late night, like I had been doing before, almost every day. But yeah. Also, there are going to be times where I'm going to have to say, hey, no stream this weekend. Which I feel like should be normalized because I'll be around family. And I just don't want to stream on those days, mostly because some of my family lives pretty far away and I might have to drive most of the way, depending on who I am with in a vehicle. Wait, if I want to make Sunday my one streaming day, do I have to know the time? I think I have to know the time. There we go. And I'll do it later. Ooh. Actually, I'll do that later. Yeah. Oh, also, I feel like I should figure out OBS on Mac with like recordings. So then I can do YouTube videos and then I don't have to stream everything for projects. Oh, I'm getting to the end. Just the dramatic difference between wavy. Not. But yeah. Also, the rest of this is just yarn barf because oh boy. Needless to say, it's been interesting trying to make the center like just where I can pull it out like that easy. It's been interesting. It's always interesting when I can't salvage a stitch like that. I know I can. It's just sometimes not that easy to do. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. My brain was like, wait, did I already do 4? That's my fear. Is then having like one that's 3 and then one that's 5. I was gonna make these squares 5 rows. But then I'm like, nah, I'll just do 4. It'll be fine. The more and more I crochet, the more intensely I decide I crochet, then the more my hand hurts. I have noticed. It is great. we go. Okay. There we go. I should have a granny square counter. That's what I should have. Because notoriously, it takes so many granny squares to make a blanket. Or a usable blanket. Also, for weaving in ends, using a specific hook. Usually I go down 1 or 2 sizes in hooks, mostly so then it can get into the stitch without making the stitches noticeable. Granted, I'm proven to be a little wrong in that statement as of late, or at least as I'm finding out. So this will be interesting. Also, the reason why I go basically through the entire stitch is so then it's not as noticeable. And also, granny squares are a great way to, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, to practice weaving in your ends with crochet. Okay, God. I just want it to pull to one side, not. There we go. Sometimes if it's proven to be a little too difficult for me to do it, then I will just sigh and give up and work on something else. But with granny squares, I really haven't done that. It's more so just, and then I just make another granny square, and then I come back to weaving in the ends once I've made like 5 or something, and then get upset with myself because I've made 5 and I didn't weave in the ends right away. But no, that's like the most common thing that I've seen even recently is like people being like, I didn't weave in my ends right away. And every single time I'm like, well, part of me is glad I don't have this problem, but also I have an amount of pity for you. I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Granted, I could just weave it in for the most part while it's still expanded. Instead of shrinking the circle right away. I'll try to do that. I'll try to remember to do that for the next one. Will I remember? Probably not. But that's fine. It's fine. Oh gosh. It's always this first one. No. I just wanted to. Okay. Also, I just got an idea, and it's probably a bad one, but I want to test it out. It doesn't have to do with tech, it just has to do with granny squares. So there's not going to be any more pausing at the moment. Do I go through the next one? And that's the other thing. Do I go through the next little batch of 3? I will. Just for safety's sake. Every single time I'm like, can you see the top of my head? If you can, that's fine. But like, I don't particularly want my face out there at the moment for the time being. Ooh, and that was just proven to me. What was it? Last week, I believe. Last Tuesday, because I worked Wednesday. There we go. We had gotten this. I call it new because I hadn't seen it before. New kind of alcohol in. That's apparently really popular and everyone likes it. Apparently. But anyways, one of my coworkers decided to post somewhere that our store had it. Which you shouldn't do unless you know that there's going to be a lot more coming in. Nah, he posted it. And then we had like 5 people coming in asking if we had some of it already. Oh boy. And this was like after we had already sold our last one. I kinda... Yeah. Needless to say, it was not a great rest of the night. Because of course it happened to be on a Tuesday night when I'm closing. And by the way, the coworker that posted about it changed his closing night from Tuesday to a different night. For what reason? I don't particularly know, and I don't care to know. But it just kind of made me a little upset that he changed the night, because yeah, he's a good coworker. Anyways, someone the next day had to tell him to take it down because someone else had seen it on the internet, as one does, because some people
We interrupt you with breaking news
wonder.
live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry Aisle.
Okay, I
I've
don't
never seen
care.
any.
Anyways, someone had told him to take it down, and I'm like, Oh boy, I didn't even know you posted anything about it. Everything just kind of made sense the next day. By the way, what I'm doing is going to be 3, 3, 4, 4. Basically a rectangle instead of a square. I want to see if it works, kind of thing. Because then you can make a whole bunch of little shapes. Well, granted, the original idea that I had for this blanket was like making these into like Tetris shapes because I'm weird like that. But like making one that's 3 pieces, making one that's 4 pieces, and then like rotating and doing all that kind of fun stuff. Because I do have different colored yarn that is this weight. Um, but then I'm like, it should just all be one color. That would be way better. So I feel like there's gonna be some workaround that I will want to do. But I'm just gonna see how this works out. Because then, because I feel like the circle would, there still have to be a little gap in here for it to work. But I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm just gonna, we're just testing the waters. But I feel like otherwise the chain 4 one would work better. Maybe. I feel like I've accidentally done that though. Well, this, where I accidentally made 4 and then I chained 2, and I'm like, weird. Why does it sit like that? Okay. Let's see. And I just want to tighten the circle up to see if it would actually. Okay. Still tighten up the way that it normally does, or if you'd have to do something else. Oh no. It still has a little bit, but it's not that bad. Yeah, if you like tug at the stitches at the bottom enough, you won't be able to see it. Okay. Now I'm just gonna continue going with it because I want to see if it would actually make a decent solid kind of grainy. Well, I guess rectangle because it wouldn't be a square at that point. Wait, hold on, what's the saying? It's like a rectangle is a square, but a square is not a rectangle is. I'm gonna confuse myself. I'm just gonna stop that. But like, I'm just gonna keep going with the same way that I've done all the other ones. Except 2 sides are just gonna be longer. And who knows, it could just be like create like a bubble around those 2 sides and try to be more so an oval than a rectangle. And then I'll take it apart and I'll redo it, but curiosity. is eating away at me. I think it'll just create a bubble because I'm kind of already seeing it a little bit here. But who knows, by row 4, maybe it'll flatten out a little bit. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. Okay. It just looks like a weird circle. Or a weird square. Like, ooh. You miscalculated it or something. Half the time, whenever I lean my arm on here, I'm just worried that I'm gonna get a splinter. And then I just was like, wouldn't it be funny if I got a splinter in my tattoo? No. No, it wouldn't. Long story short. Also, I kind of realized that all my audio issues were more so from me before deleting its own separate audio input capture. That was my bad. Actually, part of me is like, what if I do an actual granny square style? Maybe it'll mellow out. I don't know. Because I feel like I would have to do something in between here to make it work, but I don't know. I forgot with granny squares you kind of have to do 3, don't you? Right? Yeah. Like 3. Double. Or treble, depends where you live. Crochets in the corner. Ooh, maybe if I feel like I have to do it in the middle though. There has to be some way you can create a rectangle. It just feels weird if I do it this way. It doesn't feel right. I don't know, I feel like there's gotta be a way to do that. So long story short, didn't work out, but oh well. Back to the regular solid granny squares. But I feel like it would definitely work better as a solid granny square rather than trying to make all of the other ones work. Because you can do it with a triangle. I've tested that out. And it works. It's just, I don't know how you would. I guess you would just line up the corners and stuff, but that's what I could have done with this, but I didn't. Oh well. I'll get them next time. Who knows, Sunday might be a long stream, actually. Just to try to catch up with hours. Who knows? I mean, I'm almost at 2 hours. Granted, but I streamed 2 hours for the extra streams that I plan on doing during the week. Did I not? No, I did. It just looks a little funky. That's all. But I might stream 2 hours for a while. 2 or more hours, depending. Just to catch up hour-wise to meet my goal of 365 and say I streamed an hour for a year. Like an hour every day for a year. But you know, that's fine. But wait, no. Because there is that extra day this year, isn't there? Because it's a leap year.
interrupt you with breaking news live from the
That is great for you, Pepsi Wild Cherry. Great for you. Okay. I only crocheted 2, didn't I? Yep. It's fine. Okay. Ooh. An honest review of the Marvels. Because I watched Miss Marvel. Like I binged through it at the beginning of this month. And then I'm like, you know what? I got binge through it to watch the Marvels. And needless to say, for how short of a time the audience gets to know about, oh, what's her name? See, this is bad if I can't even remember the name of your character. Okay. Monica Rambeau, I believe, right? Not Streamer Wars. That's not an E. That's W. The I am typing with one hand, even though technically I don't have to. Yeah, Monica Rambeau. I feel like we barely got to see her. But that might just be a me thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just me. But yeah, it's kind of bad when an audience doesn't know your character enough to be like, oh yes, that was her. I just feel like she didn't get enough screen time, even movie-wise. But that could be a me thing. And I can't even remember. It was released late last year, which was a couple months ago, but also, I don't know why, but with movies, like action movies, Marvel movies, I don't know why, it just feels like plot stuff is just rushed. They're like, oh yeah, the plot's in here. Instead of just trickling it into everything, which I feel like a movie should. But it's an action movie. People sometimes just go to them for the sake of action. What do I know? I just simply exist. I just simply exist here. In my own little of a sudden, now I just think I can just. I'm having fun here. I'm sorry, I'm also rocking out to the music, even though, yes, it's lo-fi. I'm just like, I know this song. Heck yeah. And by the way, this is still the same playlist as always. The DMCA Safe One Jeepers Criminy. I might turn up the music a bit and mute my mic for a minute. Because, as I said before, I get dehydrated a lot quicker. So, my voice, not the greatest right now. I apologize. So, I'm just gonna mute it for now. It is the top of the hour, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put exclamation mark care in chat, and then I'll mute again, but yeah, I'll take an actual break this time. So, if you haven't done so already, and I did not, I didn't do this fourth row, so I will fix that when I come back. But if you haven't done so already, get a drink of water, or whatever you happen to have, and I will be back. Get up from your desk, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up from my desk and kind of chill a little bit before coming back. So, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hello, I am back. Okay. Oh, back. Okay. So, how to fix something that you messed up on. If you have nails, lifesaver. Especially with crocheting. By the way, a customer that I had talked to before, like the new year. Also, I grabbed my watch. Um, she said that she had done a bit of crocheting, and also customers keep telling me like the health benefits of crocheting, of like people that they know that have been in accidents and whatever with their hands and mobility, and it's helped them. And I'm like, stop. I know you're being really sweet right now, but stop. I love you. But yeah, no, that customer, she lets me gush over whatever project I'm making. And my gosh. I showed her the picture of the succulents that I made. And she was so sweet and so nice. Ugh. It makes me so happy when that kind of stuff happens. I can't do that now. Great. Thanks, Spotify. Now, whenever there's an ad, there's that, now playing thing that pops up. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know. I keep hitting my mics. Move it. There. Okay. By the way, if I mess up on something and I have to quickly, like, undo it and redo it because I accidentally cut the string or whatever, like in this case, I always go back to where that next row connects. There we go. And then I pull this a little bit tighter so it looks a little more natural instead of, ooh, it's fallen apart kind of thing. Granted, this is not as bad. There have been times where I have accidentally cut it and I needed to, or like I missed a stitch and then like I cut it like just how close as I did with the ones that I've already finished the weaving in of ends ones, but like I've learned over time just not to do that just in case, and then to weave in that little extra bit just in case. But what this is also what I use or do for changing colors, but if it's like different colors, like say this row and this row, or this row is going to be a different color, I wouldn't go back as far. I'd maybe go from here and then crochet up, but to each their own, and stuff can be hidden. But what I never do is I never tie these together. I just weave in both ends, sometimes going up going in opposite directions, sometimes going in the same direction. It just depends if I know how much wear and tear is going to be on a project. And with a blanket, it's just gonna be constant wear and tear. So we're having fun. Well, I'm having fun. I don't know if you guys are having fun, but I'm having fun crocheting. Especially on my day off. Because, oh boy, when work is stressful, I crochet. I guess that says a bit about me. Anyways. I love undoing knots, but when there's this much, like, folded up bits, then no. Not so much. There we go. You know, one of these times I want to do maybe it's because I've been seeing it a lot, but I want to do like a watch through of all of MatPat's game theories about Five Nights at Freddy's. And I think there's only like 2 film theories that are FNAF related. I think. Is there one food one? You know, I'd have to look it up. There's red. Where did that come from? It's like this red little... Interesting. Red. The red little bit is on the floor now. To be forgotten. Also, who knows, maybe I grossly underestimated how much yarn is gonna be needed for a baby blanket. Maybe it's just one of these, and then I just have 2 big extra skeins of yarn. Well, then I could do what I wanted to do before. Love that. Okay. I'm gonna worry about that later. Anyways. I just need a full on stop and just slowly. Slowly. Okay. Let's just slowly take this part. Okay. Okay. There we go. Granted, if this was a different project, I would have woven both ends into the row. Well, maybe I still could. If I just hold on to both ends like this and just bam. There we go. It's a little wonky, but it's better than just full on trying to weave in that end too. Well, those two ends. Because that's what I normally do for a bigger project too. Is weaving in the ends like this. Paper screen. Why can't I think it's just confusing me, but that's okay. I'd rather be confused than have to weave in more ends. So, now you know where my loyalties lie. Alright, now it's 4 rows. I was like, why is it so small? And then I just cut it. That's embarrassing. And then, bam. Okay. There we go, 4 rows. I feel like that was weaved in nice enough that it didn't have to fully weave it in like I do for this. concentration is strong on this one. There we go. And now I'm getting more used to using this hook. I never use this hook. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. Ooh, these top stitches are gonna look a little bulky, just by the way that I've been that I weave those ends. Okay.
We interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild
I
Cherry
don't
Aisle.
like it when you interrupt me. Gosh darn it. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little funky. I'll go kibble. Yep. Couple more stitches. I was like, oh, I'll just do one less. No, I gotta do one more. Or a couple more. There we go. Beautiful. Granted, you can see where I just went, but better than nothing. Okay. I'm gonna stop wearing headphones. There we go. Okay. There we go. Don't you dare fall boxes. How dare you? Okay. They didn't fall. I'm just being over dramatic. A little bit. I think I just pulled some. It's fine. Everything's fine. There we go. made a lot of squares now. And it's only been 2.5 hours. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. But there's still more yarn barf to go through. I've got this. If my hands start shaking, just know it's been too much crochet. There we go. Good. The fan kicked on. Not gonna lie, it startled me. Oh, gee. You know, one of these times I'm gonna stream Toontown. I don't know when, but I'll stream it at some point. Not right now, but I'll stream it. Because I don't know. I went through a massive, like, deleting all the games and stuff off of my laptop, which is what I stream from. So then I have more room for VODs if I get lazy enough to not upload them or put them on a hard drive somewhere. I mean, it's just nice to have all of that kind of stuff. Granted, I know it's all now archived, but like even past streams I just have on a hard drive right now. Anyways, I probably, in my fit of there's never enough room on here, god dang it, I probably deleted it off my computer. Just gonna fully admit it right now. But yeah, I went through a massive like file sweep of a lot of things. Granted, some of the things I probably shouldn't have deleted because I could keep it in my resume folder. Just for future, if I wanted to try to get a job in the graphic arts field. But that's not looking to be anytime soon, so here we are. And also, now I don't have a subscription for Photoshop, so bloop. There's just not gonna be any thumbnails for a bit. Granted, were there ever thumbnails? No. So, I shouldn't be too worried about that. You know what? 3 hours might be my cutoff point. And then I just won't work on this till Sunday. That's a promise. Because my fingers will probably be too tired. I'll probably just play The Sims because that's just point, click, makes him do things, and watch YouTube like I normally do, and what I have been doing for the past month, minus getting the tattoo and being sick. I swear, with living in the Midwest and all the temperature changes, it's really fucking with my immune system. Excuse me for my language, but it's really just messing with it. Not thrilled, but yeah. Or who knows, I'll probably make a few more here and there. Up until that point, I'll up the Granny Square counter when I get to it. But typically what I do with Granny Squares to see how far I need to get is I'll lay them out on the floor, and my floor is dirty, so I don't feel like picking out little diamond, not gonna lie, it's diamond art, the little diamonds themselves, out of yarn, so I'm gonna lay them out on here and or somewhere, hopefully, to see how much more I need. also, when I said, um, a cat, I just heard it outside my door. Hi, kid. I'm not gonna go. No. I know it can't hear me, but it sounds. I feel like it's responding to me. Anyways. It's just meowing out there.
We interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild
Thank
Cherry
you.
Aisle.
I've
Pepsi
never
Wild
seen
Cherry.
any.
We are just here. And we exist. I'm trying to think of other stories that have happened in the past months that I've been away. Honestly, just work stuff. Like, I've finally been able to work in my section, which I'm happy about, even though it sounds like I'm upset about it, but I'm finally able to work on it. I feel like every 6 months I should be able to go through my section and all the dates, but that's not gonna happen. And also, there was probably some things where I was like, it's fine. When I probably shouldn't have been, but oh well. But it's also interesting seeing how companies mark how things are dated. Like with one thing, I had to email their customer service about it, like the production dates. To me, it was an interesting time because it was not until months later. Apparently, they had to switch people around. But yeah, that was an interesting time. I ever have a big yarn pile like this, I always keep my thumb like in the middle of it just in case. So then nothing actually like doesn't completely knot up. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, maybe not. Alright, sir. Oh. I'm sorry. Other people have animals in this building, and then I just hear them. So. There's a puppy. The animals are communicating with each other right now. Little update. They're communicating. Or someone is just really good at aggravating them. Either way, I kind of find it a little funny. There we go. Hello, Beans. How's it going? How was work? Good. So I've been live for about 3 hours. And I have gotten done. Hold on. Minus like 5 of these. I've gotten 5 done. Are you proud of me? Because I'm proud of myself. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking about putting a Granny Square counter on the screen. Your thoughts? Maybe? Because honestly, I don't know. Maybe. It's a good idea? Okay. At the 3-hour mark, I'll put the Granny Square counter on the screen. Stop. This yarn mess, trying to get through it. Trying to get through. You're listening to your favorite streaming? Yeah? I didn't know if you were on your phone or not, so I love you. Do you want me to mute so you can tell me about your day? Do you want me to mute so you can tell me about your day? Okay. Good for now? And then you tell good for now and you tell me about it later? Okay. Great. I'm I'm trying to get through this. It's going well. Yeah. I'm gonna turn up the music so then I can talk to my girlfriend. Love y'all. It's way too loud. Hello. Hi. Alright. So, I'm not exactly at the 3-hour mark like I wanted to originally, but I'm gonna weave in the ends and then call it because my hand is starting to get a little shaky. And usually that's when I'm like, alright, let's stop. Unless you were there for the one stream where I decided, you know what, we're just gonna keep going. That was not my strongest day. But I did say until I finished the blanket. So that was an interesting stream, I will say. But it was fun. And now kind of to do the same thing here. Ooh. Right. There we go. Okay. You know what? If I really am impressed about with the way that it looks on the back, I can always just fix it later. I just want my hands to not be shaky. Because then I'll feel old. I'll feel like an old lady. Granted, I'm 21 now. I feel older than what I was. Because it's true. I am older than what I was. And also, I've been drinking Mountain Dew. And I haven't really had caffeine for a while. So, I'm like, wee, but also tired. At the same time, it's weird. Like, my brain is having a sugar crash, but, my nervous system is going like a lot. And I'm thriving. Ooh. To close out the stream, Thursday after I had called in already, I fell in the parking lot. There was ice. Because I was super smart. And I didn't pay attention to the weather. Like, people said, oh yeah, it's gonna rain. Whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's not gonna bother me. I'll just take out the trash tomorrow. Even though the night before I was like, oh, I'll just take out the trash tonight so I don't have to deal with it tomorrow when there's rain and ice and all that kind of crap. I slipped and fell. It hurt.
Hey, Spotifyers. Click
because I
the
was
top
super
banner to
smart.
listen to This is Cardi B. This is Cardi B.
And
Essential
my
tracks,
back
all
still
in one
hurts.
playlist. Brought to you
I
by
didn't
Hits
fall
Professional
directly on my
Makeup.
back, but when I was getting
For
back
list
up
only.
off of the ice, I fell more into my
And we
back
interrupt you with
slash
breaking news
shoulder.
live from the Pepsi
Stop
Wild Cherry
with
Aisle.
these
Carol.
ads, god damn. I hit pause. Anyways. Yeah, it's been an interesting month, I will say. Where there's bad luck, there's good luck, there's a little bit of everything. And now it's time to get back into the swing of things. Am I right? But yeah, also adding in the granny square counter, it'll only take me like a minute or two to add in. Because it's just going to a new tab, adding text, and then testing to see what it looks like. Yep. Alright, body. That's nice of you to get the hiccups right as I'm ending stream. Alright, it's gonna be me weirdly typing with one hand for a solid second here. Okay. Dream elements, heck young, stars. Oh, also, I keep getting like the sponsorship. Yep. Sponsorship emails. And I'm like, man, it really sucks that I don't have a good computer to stream. So, text. My text is going to be mm, square. No, that's not how you spell square. A-R. Okay, there we go. And right now, oh, maybe I should calculate how many squares I'll need. Okay. Annie square calculator. I love how one of them was calendar, and I'm like, oh, you know it's bad when you don't know where you put the tape measure. Where did I put the tape measure? Did I give it back to my mom? I probably did. Baby. Okay. I have to change that manually. 40. There we go. I don't want to subscribe to it. And just in case if there's any sound, we're gonna mute the site. How big do you think this is? Tape measure. Yeah, it just we got a tape measure. Yeah. Okay. I keep running over my foot with the chair. That's not fun. Okay. I'd say it's a 4x4. I don't have to change that. I need 100. Okay. So we're already a 10th there. Honestly. A little over a 10th. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So far, we're at 12%. Heck yeah. Alright. Text settings. Had to make it bigger. Yay. Save. I'm sorry, this is taking longer than I thought. Or I'm actually being quick about it and I'm just being paranoid. Counter. There we go. Save. Sweet. Copy the overlay. We bring it over to here. We add browser source and go granny square counter. There we go. And we do command V. No, that was shift. Command V. Hit OK. Oh, there we go. Okay. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Da, da, da. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay. Boop. And then we move it to here. Beautiful. Wonderful. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to end stream. I'm going to raid into someone. Let's see. Oop, oop, boop. Tweet. Who's live in this category? Let's. There we go. Let's raid into. Interesting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see who's alive. Let's go to crafty. Let's raid into them. Be nice. Share and spread all the love and appreciation for them because they're making a slouch beanie. And I will see you guys on Sunday at a time that I will say on, I think, Instagram or on Twitter. You can follow me there at Amethyst RC on Twitter, or X, I should say. It is Amethyst RC2 or Amy, and you can follow me on Instagram at amethyst.rc, and I will start this raid and I will see you guys over there. Bye, everyone.